QRM Office 5521 Rio de Janeiro, City, Federative Unit, Rio de Janeiro, National State, Brazil. We will have a conversation, quite simple, quite clear, considering that at first, since you evoked me, here I am. We are having a problem, and this problem in Europe, and in some way brings to Brazil by the Security Forum, and affected me twice by second nationality on Europe, which implies the interest on NATO and Brazil. And then we will maybe have a solution. We'll kind of check our diary, because I'm still having the problems at the communication sectors, considering the continuity of failures. You didn't have the dismissing procedure because you didn't switch the abuses into the dismissing procedure, because you consider that is cool, do abusive procedure. And if this is a mental model, and a mental model by abusive procedures taking advantage and doing oppression, of course that things will be kind of terrible for we all if God, or if this goes by a pandemic, even as an extension, kind of you maybe will do the oppression in global scale, and then you will set terror and culture of fear against the citizen, and not only on your area, especially when evidence and facts points to specific hands inside the specific department with specific chairs in a very specific segment that do not respect the constitution as their own constitution or others. And the strike made was against premises of constitutions and democracy. We had this model, as you could have, exposing the use of my economical and financial control as theory to prepare a regression against transnational organized crime, which can be named in many ways or combined with many things, even with your state and government. Going as a fuse clusterization at regular institution, which implies the fusification as use of those institutions plus resources and treasuries. And you have diverted money from treasuries all around the globe with a storage that goes as consequence of this illegal act as a treason against nation, because in all nations affected, because it goes inside public departments. And we had a model considering that the frontier of possibilities, two different areas, one area as kind of everything can happen. The complementarity between two both was based on things available and with a possibility to be offered. The first one, limited possibility as production, but a huge capacity as reading things. The second one, more possibilities, but with limited capacity of have a self-defense. And we consider that this area as the second area will be in touch with a cluster as the capitalism, and will have an extended field to transfer money for the money and resource and things for this area, which is limited. And this area limited, but with a huge military capacity, can do the reading and review and offer information, considering that this area will be in the center of things in the way we are having. And the reading is about, in the report, about the supply chain. With a previous event as supply chain, considering one global company, USA, one global company with a branch on Germany, doing the in this global company is about food, the other about technology, and the intersection or the interconnected with an interruption by the CIA. And then we will have the logistic review and the supply chain or local area, USA, reviewed equally compared with the US postal system by the FBI. And we have the FBI, the CIA, and the NATO, like this. And this area, which is in the center of the action on present time as a square, it is this area here, will be kind of surrounded by peers offering information about the logistic system, about the supply chain, and about the financial system. If you had all treasuries affected by treasons going by nationals inside departments with specific chairs that didn't have the dismissing procedure and didn't have the refund of the money diverted by them to their own national treasury, this money is stored in somewhere. By the bank system as a circuit, we can request this information with the bank, or the bank will be a special cluster of illicit resource storage as a consequence, and the causality as a sequence and logical procedure with origination as a legal act, which is the treason and the steal of your money of your own nation by overpriced contracts, considering the operation third wind as a review. And we are enacting this order as seizure against the banks that must point this as account with signatures on it or someone associated with this. And after have this in all areas all around the globe, because the fusification implies that the money got diverted all around and it kind of is storage in specific centers in general as preference, as consumer behavior, economical theory. You will have areas with closed access to the information. And maybe one of those areas is the area in the center of attraction on present time as economical control. Because we had a complaint by the Ministry of Finances and Treasury and Central Bank of this great nation. They have dignity. They do not accept change things at the World Cup 2018. And if we do this, if we were doing the seizure with about list money storage in all banks, probably we will have only the treasuries storage in money in closed areas as information. Complementary to Venn diagram. 12 years old we are using this. And if you are having the storage of illicit money in a doing the escalade as aggression, we are considered a simulation. Do not forget this. But we are playing chess in the same way. By the way, you like judo, and you must quit this thing because you are getting chubby. You must back to your practice as judo or something like this, or you will be kind of looking as an Italian owner of restaurant. Then we will check that, are you holding illegal money in a period of tension, because there are no guarantees as such. Any question? We will solve the problem no more time. Thank you. Have a good night. Economic and financial control, housebound theory, working for real.